Hi, I'm Sean Tynan with Advisors Living Real Estate in Andover, Massachusetts. Today we're going to talk about house hacking. What is it and how can you benefit from it? House hacking is essentially buying a house and finding a way for somebody else to pay the mortgage for you. The most common method you're going to see with this would be buying a multifamily. You buy a 3-family house, the other 2 units pay off the entire mortgage or the bulk of the mortgage for you. This can be really beneficial because you can move into a neighborhood or a town that you might not have been able to afford to be in, and this will allow you to get in there. Another good method that you can use for house hacking is roommates. Again, it's you want to be in a certain area but you can't afford the house, or you'd like a certain style of house but your income right now isn't going to be able to support that mortgage. You might be able to qualify for the loan, but you're looking at your cash flow and going, I'm not going to be able to live here, I'm going to be house poor. So usually you're going to be single and you'll take on 2 or 3 roommates, and they're going to pay a good portion of the mortgage. Now the difference between roommates and tenants is if you have tenants, that's going to be able to count towards your debt to income ratio, whereas when lenders look at roommates, they're not going to see them as adjusting your debt to income ratio. Why is this important? Because with house hacking, you typically want to be buying multiple properties. You would buy a multifamily on year 1, and then somewhere between year 1 and year 2, you would purchase a second property. Now you've got the income from the tenants coming in, so you're able to show that increased income plus the job you have, and you're going to qualify for another mortgage, typically, hopefully. Whereas if you've just got a single family home and you've got roommates living with you, that's not going to adjust your income. Now it will make it easier for you to pay the mortgage, and a few years down the road, your income increases or you're able to pick up a second property that's making money for you, you can start having a home to yourself. Another method you're going to run into would be short-term rentals. A lot of people will pick up a home that has an in-law apartment and they'll rent that in-law out. Now not every town is going to allow you to rent out that in-law to somebody you're not related to, so you do want to check with the town first and find out if that secondary apartment attached to your single family home can be rented out. If it can't be rented out, you might be able to Airbnb it. So if you're in an area where people want to vacation for short-term periods, so if you've got a house and you're in a popular city, New York, Boston, Miami, or you're close to something like Disney or the White Mountains or ski resorts, you might be able to Airbnb that in-law. But check with the town first, it's not always an option. Another thing with Airbnb is I've seen people putting tiny houses on their property. Again, you have to check with the town, make sure it's something you can do, but it's a lot easier to put a tiny house in than it is to build a second property on the land. Now you've got someone staying there short term as an Airbnb, they're not coming in and out of your house, you're not sharing any walls with anybody, and a lot of times you won't even see them or know they're there. The next way you can house hack is no tenants at all. You might just rent out space. If you've got a 2-car garage that you don't need, you can rent that space out to somebody who wants to keep their car in there. If you've got a barn not attached to the house, maybe on the other side of the property, let's say it's a big property, you could rent it out to a contractor who wants to store his equipment there or materials there. So that's another way you can bring in money. And with this method, again, you can start an LLC, you can set up a company, and it's going to help you with your debt to income ratio so that you can increase your ability to purchase a second or a third property. The big key with house hacking is it's finding a way to purchase a property and get somebody else to pay a portion or all of that mortgage so that you can either save money for another property or you'll have the cash flow you need to live the life that you want to live. If you've got any more questions and you'd like to talk to me about it and see if there's a way we can make it work for you, feel free to reach out, give me a call, shoot me an email, or find me walking down the streets. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.